Hello! In today's video, we are going to be going over the 1.0.34 patch notes. There are a lot of very impactful things in these patch notes. I'm going to give you a brief summary. So there is a new 15v15 game mode coming. Seasons are going to be shorter. There's recovery vouchers for finally getting cheaper migration out of your kingdom and also making it so people don't affect your KvK matchmaking. They do still affect migration though, unfortunately. There's the new automatic title system, so you no longer have to break toss. And yeah, you can automate the title distribution system. And there's a really massive change for war pets. We're going to get into this all in more detail though in the patch notes. If you would like a summary of these patch notes, feel free to skip to the timestamp on screen here or use the chapters in the video. And yeah, that will be towards the end of this video. With that being said, let's go ahead and actually take a look at the patch notes. So if we go to my saved mail, here we got the patch notes. These patch notes come into effect on January 15th. So I think that this lines up with the 1.0.35 update being for the start of G1's next KvK, but we'll have to see. So there's this like little lore text here if you'd like to read, but let's just get into the patch notes. So point 1, highlights. New gameplay, Battle Abyss. From deep within the dragon's maw comes the roaring dragons and the howling of lost souls. This mysterious abyss, filled with treasure and danger in equal measure, beckons brave adventurers to explore the unknown. Battle Abyss is a 15v15 quick battle gameplay mode that will be available from time to time. Defeat monsters to gain powerful buffs or steal them from other players. Defeat the other players to gain merits, which can be exchanged for rewards. That's pretty cool. It's always nice when they add new things to do for PvP, and I wonder if you gain these merits in the actual game or if you gain these merits in like a shop inside of this mode where you can buy things. If it's only inside of if it's inside of this mode that you can buy things in the mode with those merits, that's really cool. But if it's just more merits, then that's kind of trash because most people already max out their merit store anyways. So if this is the case, that it's for the normal merit store, then hopefully they increase the size of that quite significantly. Season system improvements. Okay, so improvements for Season of Strife from February 15th. Okay, so yeah, this lines up with the January 15th date, exactly 1 month after that. Okay, the following changes will be made to Season of Strife. The season will be 40 days long instead of 50 days, with all zone stages adjusting accordingly. Cool. After the season summary, the season server will be closed for 2 days, previously 3. I don't know. Oh, that's like when you first go into Home Kingdom, okay. The pre-war phase will be shortened to 14 days, previously 25 to 30. Alright, Season of Strife registration will open once every 14 days. Cool. So now we're on a 3 cycle system, I think. KvK lasts for 40 days, 14 days per cycle. That means that there should always be 2 KvKs going, I think, and 1 KvK in pre-KvK, or 1 pool in pre-KvK. And we have some changes to the duration of Titan's Legacy as well. The duration of Titan's Legacy will be reduced from 60 to 50 days. This is interesting, but let's see. Rune levels and rewards will be adjusted accordingly. Titan's Legacy progress will be reset when migrating from an old version server to a new version server. Okay, so maybe this means that you can like get double rewards and only buy it once. But I think that most likely what it means is if you bought it and then you migrate, you lose your purchase. Either way, this is really interesting that they are reducing the time of the Titan's Legacy. I think this is to line up with the fact that a season and Home Kingdom cycle is only going to last 56 days, if my math is correct. Pre-KvK 14 days, 2 days, or maybe it's more than that. But anyways, that would mean that, yeah, you get so much less time in order to actually do things. As is right now as free-to-play, without spending a bunch of speed-ups every week, it's kind of hard to actually finish these things off. I think that what I might have to do in order to start getting these rewards, especially now that there's forged artifact keys in here at the end, which are super valuable, I think what I might have to do is actually spend 3,000 minutes of speed-ups every week, and also try to get this 400k power. It's kind of difficult to attain though without spending a ton, so hopefully this is well balanced, basically, is my only gripe with that. And here is the new recovery voucher system. The High King can issue recovery vouchers to players who must choose whether to accept them within 3 days. This part here is really important, otherwise they will be accepted automatically. So if someone is offline for 3 days, that means it'll automatically be accepted, which is really good. While in recovery mode, certain activities and features are limited, and your personal power will not count towards realm matchmaking. The migration permit cost of migration is reduced for players who are in recovery mode. This isn't stated how it's reduced, but it is, I guess. And it also doesn't say how you get out of recovery mode. Do you get out of recovery mode just by like clicking a button when you log in? Or how does that work? Can you deny someone from being able to get out of recovery mode? Is it like a request with the king system or something? We'll have to wait and see how exactly that works. Point 3, improved efficiency. New realm title reservation system. This is really big, and yeah, just makes it more accessible for all kingdoms to be able to give out titles. So players in realms that have a High King can apply for titles of Spymaster, Chief Warder, Archmage, and High Scholar through the Flame Dragon's Lair or the Seasons page for Season 2 and beyond. Players can apply to reserve titles for the next 7 days. Each player can only reserve one title at a time. The High King or Ministers, which are the Consort, Marshal, and Chancellor, can approve or reject applications for titles, open titles for applications, toggle automatic acceptance, and set title duration 1, 3, 5, 10, 15, 30, 60 minutes. Add players to the block list. The tax cost for granting titles has also been reduced from 100 to 50. This is really cool, and there's a couple of things that I would say here. Hopefully the amount of titles that you have, or the types of titles you have that can be distributed are customizable. Like, for example, in our kingdom, we wouldn't want Spymaster to be able to be requested for, because we would like to manually give that to one of our top fighters. But the other 3, it makes sense to be able to give those out, obviously. Generally, I am really happy about this. This makes it more accessible for kingdoms that don't have the resources or the man hours to do it another way. And I think that doing it manually or by other means will still be more efficient than this, especially for events and things like that. Because imagine you have a bunch of random people requesting for the title. That's not going to go very well. So for Great Heights, you definitely can't use this. For Strongest Lord, you probably can't use this. But just for like your everyday stuff, you can, which is pretty awesome. Okay, and now for unit training improvements. Improvements have been made to the unit training process. Consecutive training. You can now continue training units without having to leave the page. This just means like when you use your speed ups, it kicks you out in order to claim it, which, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. That's good. Training memory. When the training page is open, it will remember how many units you trained using gems last time. That's hilarious. I guess that's for the people that are gemming 1500 gems at a time for a 24-hour speed up. Cool. That's awesome. Alright, new events. Year of the Snake event series. The Year of the Snake event series is here. This 7-day event series includes 6 major themed events such as the Fires of Renewal, Bags of Luck, and Trial of the Beast. Take part to receive the Big Top Bear City theme, Demon Chaser Drum avatar frame, and nameplate, emojis, and other amazing rewards. So if I had to guess, the Fires of Renewal is probably just the like redemption page, or maybe it's an actual event. And I don't know if we've had Bags of Luck before. We have had Trial of the Beast, I believe. I don't think that's the event that we currently have, right? Yeah, that's Behemoth Raise. The Trial of the Beast event is the one where we got the like 2 special artifacts. We got these Super Spiral Rockets and the Snowball Launcher. I'm pretty sure that these were both that type of event. So it'll be cool to see another one of those, and hopefully this one you actually have to do something in order to participate in, like, successfully complete it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So next we have some combat system improvements. We have a quick battle mode. Combat on mobile has been upgraded. Enable quick battle mode from the settings page. Tap to issue orders to your legions and move them around the battlefield more easily than ever. This is really good. Mobile players need a buff because right now PvP on PC is just way easier. Not to mention you can just like see more and micro better, and you also don't have as much lag. So yeah, mobile needs as much help as it can possibly get. 5.2 Rally and Garrison Combat Improvements. The rally and garrison battles that go on for too long will trigger the battle acceleration mechanism, increasing damage, healing, and shields for both sides. You can see whether battle acceleration has been activated by looking at the map or at the battle report. So I wonder if this is compounding with this talent here, double-edged sword, or not. If this is compounding with this, that's kind of crazy. Because double damage dealt plus more boosts, I mean, rallies are going to end pretty quickly if that's the case, which is probably a good thing because, to be honest, who wants to just sit there for, 10 hours and solo fill a bastion or something like that? And then we also have this change to the cavalry charge mechanism. Cavalry charges have been improved. They now have a maximum time limit and will automatically end when the time limit is met. We'll have to see what this actually means, but I don't know if this is a bug fix or if this is like you can only charge for a certain duration or a certain amount of time during a set period. I know farm killers, for example, will 5 March calves, charge onto a target, hit it a couple of times, then run away like 2 meters or about 2 kilometers, then turn around, charge again, and just exploit the skill like that. So maybe that's what this is intended to address. Hopefully it is, because in my opinion that mechanic existing is absolutely terrible for the game's health. But if that isn't what this is addressing, then I guess so be it. So 0.6 Alliance System Improvements. Alliance building rule changes. Alliance core fortresses, Alliance siege bastions, and Alliance towers cannot be built inside existing Alliance territory. However, buildings' territory ranges can overlap regardless of whether Alliance territory is active. Okay, so you can stagger, but like right now, for example, I think it's like 7 pixels wide or 7 tiles wide. Maybe it's 5 tiles wide. Don't sue me. Maybe it's more. I don't know. Basically, you can build a tower like right here on the edge, but you can't build the tower inside of this, which is good. That's how it should be. And yeah, I'm definitely glad they're changing that. Turret changes. Turret range has been standardized to 27 meters during the pre-strife period. Turrets are pretty negligible, so sure, why not? I guess that just removes the policy. Or maybe the 3 different types had different ranges, actually. I don't know. I forget. It's been such a long time. 6.3 New Auction System. The first time you purify a behemoth or complete an elite raid, a spoils auction will be triggered, allowing your alliance to reap the benefits. This is really cool. I wonder if this will work retroactively with like purifying behemoths again in Home Kingdom. Maybe. But also, I guess you can't purify a behemoth if it's already been captured, so I guess I don't know. Either way, this is going to be interesting to see how exactly this works. This exists in some games where there's rewards after you defeat PvE objectives. My experience is really limited with this. For example, I played Rebirth of Glory for like a week and something like this existed in there, but the price of the things was just unreasonable for anyone that wasn't a Kraken. So I don't know if the prices will be good in this or what a good price would even look like, but I guess we'll just see when the time comes. A new Alliance calendar feature. This is pretty cool. The Alliance calendar feature allows your alliance to easily organize daily activities. How to unlock? Your alliance must have 1 core fortress and 10 towers. This hopefully counts Home Kingdom, not just the KvK. Permissions. R4s and alliance leaders can create, edit, or delete itineraries. Other members can view the calendar for details. How to use. Create an alliance marker page. Alliance page, alliance calendar. Restrictions. Alliance itineraries can be created up to 7 days in advance. Up to 4 itineraries can be made for each day. Reminders. Online players will receive pop-up messages in-game. That's pretty cool. Offline players will receive mobile notifications. This can be disabled in settings. Hopefully these pop-up messages can be configured to display at a certain time, or I guess you can actually just set the reminder. You can set the notification manually to be at a certain time, and then like in the lore or the MOTD of the, I guess, I mean, it's not that accurate, in the description of the notification or the reminder, you can say what time it's actually at. That's really cool. And now this next one is really big, especially for free-to-play players, so I'm happy to see it. New destruction time rankings. The new Alliance destruction time rankings. You can now see how much time Alliance members have spent destroying buildings in the rankings. Legions gain 1 point for each second spent destroying Alliance buildings. It's 1 point for building as well, but now getting points for destroying is really good. And 2, increase daily Alliance point limit. Alliance members can gain up to 30,000 Alliance points per day through building or destroying buildings. This is really good. I think this makes it so that you can guaranteed buy the permanent every week instead of draining currency. So this is awesome. We've been waiting for this for a very long time after the one and only Mr. Sneaky decided to get this nerfed after I told him about it in confidence. But yeah, at least now it's intended. And now 6.6. I just want to stop and say first, I guess, that, yeah, again, this is just really monumental. I have been having to make a couple of cuts here for just like excessive background noise. So hopefully the video quality is okay. I'm not sure what's going on outside or if you can even hear it. I think someone's just like shoveling, but they're scraping the asphalt off of the parking lot or something. I don't know. Anyways, 6.6 Alliance skill improvements. The Alliance skill fully loaded now grants slightly fewer additional resources, balancing out the development speed of alliances in the early season to increase fairness. Sure, why not? 6.7 Alliance storehouse improvements. Building removal records have been added to the Alliance storehouse page, allowing you to see details of when Alliance buildings have been removed. This should have been in at launch. I don't know why it wasn't. It took 2 years. Finally, it's here. And now 7, personal development improvements. So 7.1, Season 1 new player bonus, heroes rekindled. Players can rekindle 1 legendary hero and 1 epic hero in the introductory period of gameplay. Rekindling a hero resets all skills level and star ratings and refunds all items used to train that hero. So this is good. But it's also weird, right? Like, I think the words that they're using are just bad. We'll have to wait and see how this actually works. I'm assuming that you get back that hero's tokens specifically. Well, I talked about this with a friend, and the main problem with this system as compared to Rise of Kingdoms is that in Rise of Kingdoms you get universal heads from VIP. In Call of Dragons, you don't. So resetting heroes in Call of Dragons is so useless compared to in that game. I get the idea here, and it's good for new players, but the VIP heads that they're getting are still locked to that hero anyways, and for the majority of players, that's where all of their hero tokens, or at least a lot of their hero tokens, are going to be coming from. Just that 1 hero token every day, because they're not going to be getting very much hero tokens from other events unless they're spending. So this is a good change, but also it's not nearly as impactful as in Rise of Kingdoms, because in that game, their system is just better for heroes. Anyways, let's move on now to the most controversial part of this update by far. And some people are really excited about this, but me personally, not so much. By the way, at the bottom of this update note here, there's an option to give feedback. If you feel the same way that I do, I would highly suggest that you also submit feedback like I did. Anyways, 7.2, pet feeding system. The new War Pet feeding system allows players to feed rare pet fruits to their war pets, boosting their attributes. Okay, if you just read that, that's pretty good. We got all these pet fruits. Well, I mean, personally, I don't have any pet fruits saved up because as a free-to-play player, you have to actually use these in order to get regeneration potions. So this is one way that this change is a massive buff for pay-to-win players. But hey, if that was it, that sounds like a pretty good update. Maybe I got screwed because I was forced to use them previously, but going forward I can choose to save them, so that's pretty cool. But that's not it. Let's go back and continue reading the patch here. Wait. Oh, you need honorary membership level 15? Oh, well, that's super attainable. How many free-to-play players have VIP level 15 in Call of Dragons? Oh, less than 10. Oh, how many free-to-play players are there that don't have... all of them? 99.99999%? Oh, well, that's cool. This seems like a great update. All right. So, I feel like this update could use some work. Send this one back to the drawing board. My suggestion was decrease the VIP level requirement to VIP level 10 or VIP level 11. VIP level 15 is very unattainable for the majority of players. Getting VIP level 15 necessitates both playing for a long period of time and being in a really high spend alliance. My alliance, or my kingdom structure, doesn't have me in a super high spend alliance. For example, if we go to, I think it's sociability, Praise the Sun, I've gotten 155 gold chests since this achievement update. For context, some other free-to-plays have gotten like 700, 800. So my alliance isn't crazy high spend, but it's still far above the norm. For the majority of players, getting VIP level 15, it's just not going to happen unless they play for 3.5 years maybe. But, okay, sure, you can save up for that. You can save all of your pet fruit for that time when you finally get VIP level 15. But for all the time that you can't have it, it's just a massive FU. Realistically, getting VIP level 15 is harder than getting T5. Unless you're just, again, in like a super, super high-end, super pay-to-win alliance. Which, again, is not the case for the majority of players. For those of you that are wondering, where did you get this 10 free-to-plays have VIP 15 number? That's just a guess from the last time Boss Nasty did the top 25 free-to-play list, where I think there was 6 of us that had VIP 15. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, it's hard to get this. I would strongly advise them to reconsider this VIP level 15 threshold. I think it needs to be lower, or else I don't think I can recommend this game to free-to-play players. There are a lot of things that you can do in a game that make it so that there is incentive for pay-to-win, but this is forcibly locking something behind pay-to-win. It's like if you had to buy the monthly pass in order to get artifacts. This pass here, on the end of the pass here, there's this chest. If this was the only way to get these artifacts, that's what this would be like. But no, you can get these artifacts in other ways. Just like you should be able to level up the attributes on your heroes in other ways, or at least have it be somewhat attainable. VIP level 8 is super attainable. VIP level 10, arguably, you can probably get that by the end of your first season. Maybe the end, well, maybe not the end of your first season, it's 150,000 points, but you can work towards it, and it can be a relatively short-term goal. But VIP level 15 is 1,000,000 points. Not very many people have this. So, yeah, that's my rant on that part of the update. Genuinely, if this doesn't get changed, I don't think that I can say that this game is the best game for free to play anymore. If anyone asked me before, I would say, I would say that Rebirth of Glory is the best kingdom builder for free to play if you have no respect and value for your own time and you want to spend literally 24 hours a day grinding and just, like, what are you doing at that point? You're playing cookie clicker constantly. In my opinion, Call of Dragons currently, prior to this update, is the best game for free to play. I know it doesn't seem like a big deal because it's just an attribute on a war pet. But attributes on a war pet, when you compound this with the fact that free to play players can barely get regeneration potions in the first place, this is just an extra insult here. And honestly, this change is so bad, it almost made me want to make like a separate video on this topic. It's terrible. It's really terrible. Hopefully you don't mind me rambling and ranting on that. That being said, there's some more parts in these updates here. This update, it's overwhelmingly positive. There's just this one thing in here that if you're not paying attention to and you're just reading it from this perspective of someone who is VIP level 15, you're not going to notice it. I'm VIP level 15, so this does not personally affect me. But it probably affects every single one of you watching. Like 95% maybe. It's ridiculous. This needs to be changed. 100% needs to be changed. Okay. Rant over. 7.3. Warpent regeneration improvements. You are now guaranteed an epic or legendary war pet within 20 regenerations. This was already case, unless it wasn't. Maybe it was only guaranteed an epic war pet within 20 regenerations or something like that. But whatever, it's in the note, sure. 7.4. Exchange house improvements. Unused weekly purchase allowances in the exchange house will be carried over to the next week. Ooh, that's really nice. Oh, that's really nice. Ooh. I'm not going to say anything. Alright. 7.5. War Pet release improvements. Confirmation of War Pet releases has been improved. Now, only legendary War Pets will require a 3-second cooldown before you can confirm their release. Okay, that's good. Because normally if a War Pet isn't legendary, you can just chuck it in the can and try to get the skills off of it. 7.6. Behemoth Trials improvement. Difficulty has been reduced for stages 81 to 160. Good. The Behemoth Trials should be easy. Teach people mechanics, make it easier. The Behemoth stages in the Trials, in my opinion, are way too difficult. And yeah, make it easier. 7.7. Automaton rain changes. Raid, not rain. But reduce the difficulty of flying cavalry in all event maps. This makes sense. If you're not a full T5 team, you're going to get absolutely rolled by the flying cavalry. So good thing that they're changing that. There's the one automaton raid. It's like, 6 flying cavalry and then like 2 flying marksmen and some celestials as well. That stage is brutal. It's the one with like the bridge. Yeah, I don't know. It's been a while, but there's like a bridge. And then there's cavalry on top, infantry on the other side of the bridge with archers, and then there's a bunch of flying units to the left. It's really difficult. Anyways, 7.8. Peacekeeping difficulty improvements reduce the combat difficulty of level 36 through 50 Darklings, Beasts, and Darkling Guards. Good. I was trying to do Darklings on one of my farms the other day. That's just a T4 farm, and it was like impossible. I used all 5 marches, and I got rolled because I only had like 150k in each march or something. So and it's also like a 15 mil power account. So it's really important that they reduce the difficulty of these Darklings, especially as like, well, someone who's finishing their 3rd season goes into Season of Strife in their 4th season. I'm in like my 9th season or 10th season, so it's really important for new players to have an easier time. I think that they need like 1 more season, maybe even 2 more seasons before they actually get into Season of Strife, or maybe just like a little bracketed Season of Strife for like people that are in their first 3 or first 4 or something. But until that's the case, this is a good intermediary. Anyways, let's move on now to narrative system improvements, which this is just like some kind of cute stuff here. 8.1 Hero Narrative System Improvements. Improved hero interaction trigger mechanism. Dialogues and long chats can now be directly triggered from the heroes page, making talking with heroes easier. Cool. I don't think anyone's ever done that though. 8.2 Wonder Ambiance Improvements. New display effects around the Wolf Shrine, improving its immersive ambiance. I kind of like the wonders in this game. It's really cool. It's better than in other games, at least. So that's nice. And 9. New city layouts feature. You can now share city layouts with other players upon reaching City Hall level 10. Press the Buildings button to view layouts shared by other players and upload your own. This sounds cool. I think we already had it, but I hope that you're able to copy layouts. If you can copy layouts, I'm really excited about this. If you can't copy them, then it's just like, meh. Why do I want to look at someone else's base? If you can copy it, though, good. 9.2 New and improved avatars. 17 fantastic new avatars that are available for you to choose from, with improved versions of 3 existing avatars also available. It's now easier than ever to express yourself with an avatar. Nice. As you probably know, I used this avatar for the longest time. So yeah, I'm glad that they finally are adding some more here. These have been the same 15 since launch. By the way, shout out again to Tsuki for drawing this commissioned art piece for me. That way I don't have to use this profile picture anymore, even though I did like this profile picture. I kind of wanted to make my face similarly shaped to this, like the same perspective and stuff, but that just wouldn't have looked good with a human face, so it didn't end up doing that. But yeah, again, shout out to Tsuki for drawing that. So head back down to the bottom here, and Behemoth difficulty improvements. Reduce the difficulty of Flame Dragon Season 1, Frost Dragon, and Thunder Rocket Season 2. Cool. Things should be easier for new players, and they should also be getting more rewards. If there was something in every single update that said, hey, people that aren't in Season of Strife yet get new rewards, I would be happy about that. 9.4. Speaking of, that's also something with the War Pet feeding system. It's good for new players, assuming they reduce the membership level. So just reduce it to like level 10, and I said I would stop ranting about it. Sorry. 9.4. Opening time display improvements. After completing the corresponding Otterstone stage, you can now directly view when Behemoth passes and Ancestor statues will be open. Cool. So this makes sense because the current system, it's a bit bad. Oh, let me start up a new policy. There we go. But yeah, the current system, you just get like, hey, 12 hours after it's gonna be available, and then you're like, wait, what, math? So there's like, say we're at 18 hours, okay, so in 6 hours then it's open. There should just be a timer though. I was pretending to be bad at math, by the way, just so you know I'm not dumb. Let's scroll back down, and there we go. 9.5. Darkling Fort Rally improvements. Improved notifications for Darkling Fort rallies. When another alliance in your warband has launched a rally attack against a Darkling Fort, you'll receive a confirmation prompt if you attempt to launch another. Okay, good. There's a lot of cases where like several people in the same warband rally one Darkling Fort just for peacekeeping, especially with how cramped the new zones are. Yeah, that can definitely be an issue. Speaking of, this zone is so cramped. Everywhere you look, like there's no territory over here. Okay, I guess that was a bad example. Maybe that was a terrible example. Anyways, our zone is so cramped. We have like, what, 1,000 people in this tiny little zone. Maybe not 1,000. What, 550 people in this tiny little zone? Oh, it's so miserable. The starting zones need to be bigger. I don't know what they were doing this season. Just make the map a little bit bigger, please. I'm in the wrong thing. But yeah, what even was the thing? Darkling Fort rallies. Yeah, if you're rallying Darkling Forts, that's going to be an issue. Reporting rules change. Chat messages can now only be reported within 7 days of being received. Cool. Hopefully this means that screenshots of messages are no longer acceptable as reportable material, because that's been an ongoing issue. There was one guy in the Discord server that got muted like every day for 2 months. So I think that's what this is designed to combat. He got muted, by the way, for like the one message he sent a long time ago that people were just continuously reporting. So yeah, good to see this. Very glad about it. 9.7 title notification improvements. You can now block notifications, title appointments in the settings menu. Nice. This is really good, especially when there's an event going on. I don't want to like constantly X out. Like, okay, let me get my mouse, guys. Okay, it's strongest lord. Let's click out as some notification. I can't click right now. What's going on? Can I do this? I'm tired, I guess. I'm trying to like have it be audible. I don't know. I'm tired. Sorry for the weird video. But yeah, let's just X out of some title notifications, guys. Yeah, glad we can block those. 9.8 bug fixes. Fix an issue with the description for Eliana's skill Benediction of Aurora. Shield duration in the description now matches the in-game value. I wonder who found that out. Who found out that bug? Someone like merit farming, maybe? I don't know how you even... Okay. Who reads Eliana reports? That's crazy. Cool, though. And that's all you got? Cool. So, yeah, make sure to submit feedback, especially about 7.2 here for the pet feeding system. And, hey, if you're free to play, always submit feedback because you get a little bit of a reward. I think it's just like a silver key or something, or like 30 minutes of speed ups. I forgot what it actually is. Maybe it's 200 gems. I don't know. It's been a long time. But, yeah, always submit feedback. In general, these patch notes, they were really good. The patch notes were really good, except for that one thing. They fixed that one thing, and then we're swimming. We're happy. Fix the one thing, man. That's all I ask. So hopefully they end up doing that. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like the video. If you're here for the short version, that's going to be starting now. I just edited the chapter so you would hear this as well, because I would appreciate the like on the video, since the time that it takes to do this extra little bit at the end here with all the editing and everything, it would mean a lot if you would like the video and share it with other people who you think would enjoy this shorter format. I don't think it deserves its own separate video unless maybe there gets to be enough demand for it. Let me know down in the comments. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into the quick patch notes. And there is a new game mode being added to Call of Dragons. This mode allows you to fight in 15v15 battles and gain merits. Season duration is being reduced from 50 to 40 days. The pre-KvK duration is also being reduced. Along with this, Titan's Legacy is being reduced from 60 to 50 days, and the reward requirements are being adjusted accordingly. The recovery voucher system is being added. This will allow you to make it so that certain players that are inactive do not affect your KvK matchmaking, and it also makes it cheaper for them to migrate out. Do note that they still affect your migration capacity. There is a new automatic title system that's being added to the game. Check the full video with the timestamp on screen for my thoughts on this. In general, troop training is being made easier. There is a new event series, Year of the Snake, that features a new Epic City theme, 2 new cosmetics, which are a nameplate and an avatar frame, and also new emojis. The PvP UI and UX on mobile is being improved. Rallying and garrisoning is being accelerated further to make it so that rallies last for a shorter duration of time. There's a improvement to the cavalry charge mechanism. Alliance buildings can no longer be stacked on top of each other. Turret size is being standardized in pre-Season of Strife. There is a new auction system whenever you first purify a behemoth or complete an elite raid. There's a new calendar feature which allows you to have an itinerary for your alliance members. This is much better than Discord as it's assumably translated into their language. There's a destruction times ranking. Destruction time also now gives you alliance credits, and the amount of alliance credits that you can gain per day from building or destruction is increased to 30,000. This is really good for free-to-play players and getting permits. The effectiveness of the alliance skill fully loaded is being decreased. Building removal records are being added to the alliance storehouse. Players in Season 1 get the ability to reset one legendary and one epic hero. Maybe this will eventually come to players in the game in general. There is a new system that allows you to feed war pets fruit to boost their attributes. If you would like to hear my rant on this, go to the timestamp on screen. This is a very long and passionate rant. Your unused weekly purchase limit in the exchange house will be carried over to the next week. You no longer need to wait to release non-legendary war pets. The difficulty of Behemoth Trials stage 81 through 60 has been reduced. The difficulty of Flying Cavalry and Automaton raids has been reduced. The difficulty of level 36 through 50 Darklings, Beast, and Darkling Guards has been reduced. You can now talk with your heroes if you want, I guess, and there's some new sounds added to one of the wonders on the map. You now have a potentially new way to share building layouts. Hopefully these are able to be copied, we don't know yet. There are 17 new default avatars that have been added to the game, including 3 that have been edited. The Flame Dragon in Season 1, the Frost Dragon and Thunder Rock in Season 2 have all been decreased in difficulty. The opening time for behemoths, passes, and ancestor statues has been more clearly displayed in the Augerstone. When launching a rally on a Darkling fort that someone else in your warband has already launched a rally on, you will receive a notification, a confirmation window to make sure that you still want to rally that Darkling fort. Chat messages can now only be reported if they are 7 or fewer days old. You can now block notifications of title appointments in your settings menu. And there was also a bug fix on one of Eliana's skills, which was apparently improperly written. Anyways, that's it for this patch notes review. I hope that you enjoyed this video, whether you watched the entire long version or you watched this short version here at the end. If you appreciate the content that I make, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. I've been really happy to see the growth of the channel and the feedback that I've received since starting, basically. We're up to 1,300 subscribers, which means that yeah, I've gained 1.1 thousand subscribers just from Call of Dragons since I started, and that's pretty cool. If you'd like to see more content like this, I very rarely mention this in a video. I think this is the second time that I've mentioned it. I do have the option to become a member to the channel. If you'd like to do that for $1 a month, that's an option. I think there's also $5 and $10, maybe $5 and $15. And yeah, anyways, that's just something that says, hey, there's, you know, everyone who subscribed and views, there's these people that enjoy the content, but there's also this other minority of people that really enjoy the content, and yeah, that gives me extra motivation to continue with creating content, and it's highly appreciated. And yeah, if you are crazy enough like Jason and you want to become a supporter plus, you will also get your name on screen just like his is here at the end. Anyways, thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your day.